Good afternoon, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving if you still happen to be living on the opposite end of the planet for whatever reason and you don't live in Australia. I mean, look, American accent, I have to shout out to it, but I also have to admit I haven't really eaten that much, so I'm a little bit hungry. We'll get more into that later because Rocket League comes first. So forget the football. It's all about this Bendigo Rocket League. Name is formal. Should have done that up above me. It is Gex, as we are here to bring you another 3 matches today, just like our first 2 last week. And Gex, I have to ask, does Thanksgiving mean absolutely anything to you?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. All right.
Nothing at all. I don't even know where I would go and buy an entire turkey if I wanted one. So
They sell them at supermarkets, I'm fairly
Do they?
certain. Yeah.
okay,
well, I
I'm
mean,
gonna have to look.
Just
because I like turkey, not anything to do with Thanksgiving. But I will eat a whole turkey, I swear.
Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not sure they do have those here. Like, they have the whole chooks, but not the whole turkey. I think you got to go to a butcher for that. You know what? I've said this before. I'm going to say this again. If we're going to take things from American culture, Thanksgiving is fine to stay in America. Halloween is still the one that I think we need to bring over, but that's neither here nor there. We should start talking about some of our upcoming matches because, as mentioned before, we got 3 of them today, starting with Homer 1 versus Galactic. What is Save will then take on Taco Norm, and our last game will be Goon Squad versus a returning Homer. And what makes this first game interesting, Gex, it's 2 teams that we saw win last week.
Yeah, particularly Homer 1 came up really, really strong. They have not looked weak to any team so far. And I think today, being that these are both very victorious teams, this is going to be a really, really good first matchup for us for the day.
Yeah, I think it will be a fun opening matchup, that is for sure. But before we do get too far into it, as per all AEL events, you know, they're fantastic, they're great, and we couldn't have them without some of our lovely sponsors.
Yeah, man. And I mean, you've got to have something to go with that turkey as well, don't you? So AEL is proudly sponsored by Chatime Australia, our bubble tea partner. That'll wash it down well.
I thought we were going Indomie with the food, but yeah, no, Chatime does wash it down well.
Yeah, it washes it down well, man. You can go with the Indomie, all right? That's gonna really spice things up. You can mix it in there, but. Yeah, Chatime is our first up sponsor. They have come in strong and they have really good stuff. So if you want to drink with your turkey, hit them up. I
will suggest one thing. I always like to come up with fun Indomie recipes. Do not mix the Indomie with the Chatime. That is not a fun recipe. Chatime, fantastic. Deserved.
Have you tried that?
No, I'm not that insane.
And of course, we've got our gaming PC partner, which is Acer Predator Gaming. They have been so big for us, and I believe will be into the future as well. So great to have them on board. AOC Monitors, our gaming monitor partner. I'm keen to see if they're going to be providing us with some of the monitors for the LAN up and coming as well, down in Logan soon. But that's another story entirely. Rig Gaming, which is our gaming headset partner, and of course they have great sound, but what else goes with sound like food? Yeah, we can definitely pair that turkey with Indomie. Indomie is our noodle partner. They have delicious noodles, whether they're on their own or with some meat. It's really good to chuck up some stuff in them, isn't it, man?
It is. Also, I can say this. If I'm not mistaken, AOC has provided monitors, I think, for like every single AEL LAN. So we're definitely going to be rocking with those in about a month's time, just under. In fact, there'll be more information on that in the future, though, because first...
You'll see both of us there if you're there, so come and say hi.
Yes, please do. But first, we got to get through our matches today. We got to talk Bendigo. I think that's enough talk about Queensland. Let's talk Bendigo League. Let's talk about our opening 2 teams because, again, Homer 1 versus Galactic is going to be our first match, and it's going to be starting, well, as soon as those players do jump onto the pitch, so any given moment now we're going to be jumping straight to this. I have to admit, even though, yes, we did see both these teams win last time, I'm still leaning quite heavily on the favorites here. I feel like Homer 1 kind of cut themselves a cut above a lot of the other teams that we've been able to see thus far, which admittedly has only been 4 out of 8. Hey, that's still 50% of the field. Homer 1 looks very good.
In they come. And, of course, this whole event is brought to you by the city of Greater Bendigo. So, go and check the city out. Some great stuff going on. And, of course, esports as well. But First up, we already have them in Homer 1 versus Galactic. I'm expecting a really strong showing out of Homer 1, but like we talked about, Galactic is very victorious in last week as well, so we might see a bit of a surprise entry out of them against Homer.
Yeah, they did drop, though, to Taco, so I'm a little bit curious by that. Of course, the lineups real quick as we are in the match. It is Pete Jones, Fire Pupper, and Riz on the side of Homer 1, taking on Rebel Frog, Shorty Man, and XD Super Sweet on the side of Galactic. Nothing too explosive straight out of the gate, though. A bit of a back-and-forth situation. Pete Jones, though, with the first wheel shot, will be saved.
What's that disgusting name again? Super Sweat.
Nope, it's sweet. I refuse.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's a good thing to just deny, but
yeah, all right.
We
should call them by their name. Call them by their name. I should be official.
Is pushing out. I'm liking that this is back and forth already. I mean, so far we've seen Homer just be dominant across field possession and domination, and they have been in the aggressive half far more than any other team against them. But right now it is swapping sides at the very least. But Homer 1 with the first goal away.
Yeah, because here's the thing, though. Although possession has been going back and forth, we never really got to see Galactic cross that middle of the field. And a lot of it was because they were forced to sort of stay back and make some of these on-the-line saves because of the individual mechanics. Out of Pete Jones in particular, and Fire Pupper, out of Fire Pupper in particular, who has come out swinging. Opening goal did go to Pete Jones. Second goal doesn't go to Riz. Haha, Rebel Frog makes that save. However, I do feel Homer 1, they are looking like the stronger team out of the gate. You can see they're a bit faster. They're keeping Galactic on that back foot, and it's going to be a bit of a challenge for Galactic to find those opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, look, my prediction would have been for Homer 1, no matter who they were against right now. We just haven't seen anybody in the league so far stack up to what we've seen out of Homer. I don't think they've been really dominant in every match, and it just looks like they are popping leaderboards right now.
Oh, that's an own goal.
But that's an interesting one to put away. They're still on top with goals, let's be honest.
Yeah, and you need to have one, right? There's one every stream. That's the rule. We get it out of the way now. Just there it is, less than 2 minutes into it. This doesn't change anything except for the scoreline, I feel like right now. A bit of an oopsie moment for the side of Homer 1, but in theory, they should bounce back. I'm curious, though, if Galactic builds off it, almost gets another goal off the kickoff. Rebel Frog could have taken that mistake right there and turned it into a small miracle.
They could have. And right now, they're on defense again. That's nearly away. Riz will pick it up on the other side and hammer it home, and Homer 1 are up by 1 again. It's kind of expected once they get onto that goal line attack.
Yeah, it is expected to see them start to run away a little bit with the series in these types of situations. I will say this right now, though, because we're talking about how Homer 1 is coming in as the favorites. They're looking really good. Taco, who we're going to be seeing later today, they're also undefeated. We just haven't seen them on stream, so I do have expectations that they can rise up to take Homer. I'm going to be very curious about that second match, and if you're tuning in, I reckon you guys should be, as well as Riz is going to go ahead and make it a 3-1 game. All three of our matches today, there is definite intrigue to them, so Riz right now looking very good. Second goal of the series. Homer 1, yeah, they bounced back from that own goal. Things are looking okay now. We'll see if this consistency can continue.
Yeah, Taco has been 3-0'd every series as well, so they actually, they've come up really strong. Pete Jones.
That last one was a forfeit, though.
Right, yeah, fair enough. But still, I mean, it is completely undefeated game score as well as series, so we don't know what we're going to see out of those guys, and they very well might rise to the occasion against Homer 1.
They very well might. I mean, it's going to be I would expect them to beat Home Alone. Like, that's my expectation. I think the big matchup that we want to see is, Taco versus Homer. In The Simpsons, Homer would eat the tacos. Would be curious to see how that would kind of play out on the pitch as Riz finds yet another third goal, the hat trick, and we're not even halfway in.
Can you have turkey tacos?
Absolutely.
I want a turkey taco. Yeah,
absolutely.
That sounds great to me. Great little tap home as well by Homer 1 there.
Okay, here's the thing, right? You can put anything in tacos. The idea that tacos are only supposed to be like specific thing, it's crazy. And here is the Southern Californian in me speaking up, but because it tends to freak most Australians out. Fish tacos are amazing.
No, I've had, absolutely, with lemon and
lemon, shredded cabbage, a bit of salsa. It's the best. So
absolutely on that.
And you can definitely put turkey into tacos. Like any protein, it's good.
Fire Papa is going to leave that one for Pete Jones. A good heads-up play, a touch to the backboard, but should get away from them. Can Galactic strike back? Their only goal right now, an own goal. But we saw them performing all right yesterday.
We did see them performing all right in the past. I mean, again, this is what I did kind of fear about Galactic, though, coming into this one is, yes, this team is good. Mechanically, they're fine. They're sound. They're making consistent touches of the ball, but the pace-wise, they're not really there to meet Homer One. Homer One is just a faster, more confident team right now, and I think they're more experienced just in terms of playing the game and playing with each other. And that goes a long way. What we're seeing is, unfortunately, a bit of a skill gap. And it's not that I feel that Galactic is a poor team. In fact, Galactic could get to this level one day. Today, not looking like that day. But, I don't know, we've seen series comebacks before after rough game ones.
But yeah, Homer One, you're right. They actually look like a proper, well-constructed team with a thought-out roster. They play together very, very well. And that's why I'm really, really keen to see that other side of things from Taco coming forward. But, you know, right now, Homer One looking like they've absolutely got that matchup in the bag going forward because Homer One just so dominant against everybody right this second.
Yeah, I mean, their offense is speaking for itself right now. 6 goals in the opening 4 minutes, so averaging more than a goal a minute at this stage of the game. Unfortunately for Galactic, they just have not had any opportunity to realistically play any offensive Rocket League. And although their defense is good, okay, I think this is the best way to put it. We're not seeing Homer One score on the first shot. Like, it's never the first shot. It's always the second, the third, or the fourth. They're winding down this defense. And a lesser team wouldn't be able to make this first save. A lesser team would struggle there, but also a lesser team on the attack would also have their attack fizzle. So both these teams kind of rise each other up to that extent. I mean, that was just rude by Fire Pupper. But, and ha-ha, Brazil, whatever. I'm so over that meme. If that's not obvious, I'm just so over it.
No, you can't get over Brazil.
I'm over it.
It's like a new Rule 1 again. Like it's going to be a third argument there for Rule 1 for me. If you get 7, you're obligated to own goal, right?
Well, they did the own goal early because they knew.
Early, yeah.
They were like, this is going to be a 7-goal game. We gotta put it in now. I don't know. I just feel like until OCE wins at this upcoming major in Sweden, I'm going to be hesitant to make fun of Brazil in any fashion. Any Sam jokes, I'm holding back, all right, until we can earn them. Homer One's going to take game 1, though, with the 7-1 Brazil scoreline because, haha, they lost in the World Cup. And now we're looking pretty good for a 1-0 lead for the favorites in the series.
Now you're sounding toxic to Brazil.
Oh, no,
now it comes.
Look.
This needs to be clipped, just completely out of context.
That's what it's
Brazil
based off of.
lost.
Oh, no. Is there any way we can skip this map? Do we have to force the players to play through this? Because I think that's...
I mean, I can remake it if you want, but
I think
they're all in.
All right.
Ooh,
yeah.
look at that ping out of Super Sweat, 270. Okay, it's dropped back down now. We're all good.
Okay. Yeah, I have a hatred for this map. But we'll see how it goes. I've never actually cast a map in Neon Fields. This will be a first.
I mean, unless you're a fan of Fortnite, I feel like most people are not huge on this map.
Wait, is it a Fortnite thing?
Yeah, it was like a stage thing for when Fortnite was doing their like live performer things. I can't remember exactly what it was.
I did not know that. Okay. I just thought it was like a vaporwavy thing. That is, okay, don't get me wrong. I think the map looks cool. I think it looks great. The problem I have is you can't you lose the ball whenever it goes towards the ceiling. Like, it looks like it disappears sometimes. I don't know. That shot, though, is looking good, but it's not in its mark. Fire Pupper, though, will be able to back it up, and we got ourselves a 1-0 lead.
A good read. But you do have actually a point here. I know a lot of players do actually struggle with the fact that the wall is near invisible until the ball gets very close to it. So reading bounces can be a lot tougher on this map than other maps. However, that is a downside for both sides, both teams. Like it's not going to be a benefit to anybody here.
That is very no, it's definitely not a benefit to anyone. I can agree with that wholeheartedly. That's a good shot. I actually, you know what map I did get a chance to cast once, which I think is actually pretty cool, and I hope to do more of it in the future, is the new map. That I forgot what it's called. It looks so cool. Now, I think playing-wise, it would be incredibly difficult, like Neon Field, speaking of which Rebel Frog gets one in to tie up this game. Very nicely shot. But, yeah, that new map, I love the backdrop. It is...
Is it not just the original... can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's literally a map remake. Like, they haven't added one to the game. They've changed one.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's the new Starbase Alpha.
Yeah, Starbase Arc. Yeah,
Starbase Arc. That's not Starbase Alpha. But, oh my gosh, Fire Bubber almost got a sick little second touch right there. But, now, I just love the new backdrop that they put on it.
I'm liking a bit of attack here out of Galactic, but they have to put on some pressure. They've got to go for this, and they're just letting Fire Pupper have way too much time in this. A big demo there may give them some room. A bit of physical play here. You have to respect it. You're in a tournament right now. You have to play for the win, and that physical play could get them there if they can put that pressure onto Homer 1 and open up opportunities. But right now, they have to capitalize on opportunities. They've got one opening up again now. Pete Jones will let it go to the backboard, and Fire Pupper will put it safely to the corner.
So what I'm noticing, actually, when Galactic does have control of the ball, they're looking to slow the pace down and, as mentioned before, get physical. They don't want another fast, high-flying attack to be set up, unfortunately, by the side of Homer 1, which is why Homer 1, I think, was so dangerous, is because they were used to playing at that faster tempo. But you can really see how different the game looks when Galactic does be the proactive team and press it forward. Whether or not they're going to be able to keep that momentum, I will see. I'm kind of a little bit doubtful. I feel like in a lot of sense as well, Homer 1 is conceding a lot more space than what they did in the first game, and I couldn't really peg as to why. It could just be, you know, mixing up stylistically to get their opponents a bit more in it. This is a for-fun tournament to an extent as well, and they can still pull off shots like that from Fire Pupper whenever they want. Second goal of the second game. But it's definitely leading to a lot closer of a match.
Super Sweat just chigged a little bit forward there, rolled up and put himself out of the way of being able to save that as well. It's just, there are a lack of challenges on a lot of Homer's setups, and it makes it very easy for them to get options on goal. You know, like you can shoot on goal and have 10% of it as open net, or you can shoot on it and have 90%. And right now it's more towards that 90 side of things as they continually set up and are just given too much space.
So I am convinced the only reason why Mr. Pete Jones missed that shot was because you said open net right as they were shooting it. That is the only reason why. I mean, I think you owe Sir Pete Jones an apology.
Yeah, that's my bad, Sir Pete Jones. I absolutely set you up to fail now. Look, I'm not saying completely open nets, but you do get options on net when you don't get up early enough and somebody's encroaching on that defensive territory. If you've only got one person back in net in particular,
good save.
You've got sides of nets to go for. You've got corners to hit, and these guys hit them. Riz, unfortunately, not able to do so there, but this is actually going to get away from them now.
Yeah, but look how fast they fall back.
Yeah, I know.
All three defenders.
And like you said, they dropped that pace down to try and play their own play style, but I don't feel like they have a benefit to that. And again, showing that and proving it straight away, Riz.
So the benefit to it worked when we saw Homer conceding the space. In the past minute and a half or so, they've stopped doing that. They started playing a lot further forward again, and now we have a 4-1 scoreline as a result. So it's a little bit rough out here right now once again, unfortunately, for our team in Orange. Galactic struggling a little bit, but I feel as if there is been, you know, signs of weakness for Homer 1. We just saw that triple commit. We saw the more passive play at the start. This team isn't unbeatable. That is for certain.
No.
I still think they're going to lose this game, but it goes back to the point. I want to see them against Taco. I want to see how they match up against this unknown. I also still want to see what Taco looks like. Well, that's going to be game number 2. But at the moment right now, this was a very interesting game, and I think it was a little bit of a bittersweet moment, I think, for Galactic, because, yes, they found that goal, but the style in which they found it and then committed to is not working out long-term.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is not, and this is going to be a fairly quick series at this rate if Galactic can't get on top of holding their play style and making it work, but that, like you said, that space just not given to Galactic now. They're not being allowed to play their play style for very long. And nearly a great shot out of Rebel Frog, took control of that, and that was speed.
Yeah, it was the sudden speed that almost got the defense off guard, but you cannot get it past Captain Pete Jones, who was there for that save. And now shots are going to be on target, but we're not going to see the goal go through. 0 seconds on the clock. Ball hits the ground, and we go to game number 3. It is Homer 1 up 2-0 in our debut series.
Our Captain Pete Jones here.
I like,
absolutely sending it.
It's the best name. Before we talked about how great Fire Pupper was, don't get me wrong, that's a good name. You got the little, Flareon, that's all nice and all. But Pete Jones is just fun to say.
Fire Pupper's got the... Are you betraying Pokemon right now?
Absolutely not.
Okay. I thought you were going to end that at absolutely for a second. I was really worried that you'd been replaced.
No, I've been playing, actually not in... I have been playing, but not enough of the new Pearl game. But not enough. Not enough. I need to get more onto that. Either way, we're going straight to Beckwith Park for our third and potential final match, depending on how this one does play out. Homer 1 looking for that clean sweep to advance to 3-0. It'd be 1-2 for Galactic if they fall, which a little bit surprising until you take a look at their matchups thus far. They've gone against the 2 top teams at the table, and you would sort of almost expect this squad to win out for the rest of the event.
Cool. Nearly, and put away so well by Rebel Frog there. Rebel Frog has really been stepping up for Galactic, actually, I have to say. He is the only PC player on there. Maybe that's got something to do with it, eh?
Oh, I think it does, absolutely. Always support the PC, players. I feel they are the stronger ones. You could say they are a class above the console peasants. Now, I still want to see what Roblox going to do out here. Tries to go for the half flip, but got bumped off the play. And now, Admiral Pete Jones going to pass it across to Riz, who has a look but doesn't apt to take it. Very strange game so far. There's been a lot more unforced errors in our first minute, I feel, of this game than we've seen in any other game yet.
I imagine that while you were talking about, the glorious PC gamers, that, like, if we'd put the camera on you, you would have had your hair flowing in the wind.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Coming up now, though, Pete Jones, a good block, but no control on the ball right now. Where is Galactic? They've got to capitalize on this 2-man commit way too late on it, though.
Yeah, not only was it a double commit, but a late one as well. That's going to put so much pressure on the defense right here. No one can tap it in. We just teleported to my Plat games for a brief moment right there as the ball bounced in front of the net, fortunately. Oh, no, not fortunately. We're still in Crazy Town as Rebel Frog also kind of gets hit with the unforced error after playing so well. Finally, we do get to see some decent touches. Riz tries to go for the fake, but Shorty Man makes the save.
I'm liking seeing a little bit more impact into this match out of the other members of Galactic there. Shorty Man and Super Sweat both did very, very well to hold that midfield, to make sure that there were options available to them. However, as soon as they get any chance at opening up opportunities for shots, it's taken away. Pete Jones, another uncharacteristic miss for them, but Rebel Frog now, a good opportunity. It's an open net. They're actually up in this game now as they take the first point at about the halfway point in this match.
Oh, it was a swing and a miss coming out of Homer 1 right there. I mean, Fire Pupper had a chance. It was lined up and just completely made no contact with the ball. So, gonna be curious to see how we see Homer 1 respond. I don't think we've seen them down yet in this event, at least not on stream in a game. So, pressure is on. What is Homer 1 going to bring? How about a ceiling shot, reset attempt, ball off the backboard? There's Fire Pupper. Good save by Rebel Frog on defense.
Fire Pupper. We'll put that in the corner. Does Homer 1 have a substitute? I'm not sure what the roster lineup is outside of the players we've seen on the stream.
Sure.
I'm just wondering if Fire Pupper is just a Nuzlocke here.
Well, Lieutenant Commander Pete Jones is going to get the goal. As I hope not. I don't want to Nuzlocke my Fire Pupper. Actually, you know what? I'm not far enough in the game yet for Pearl. I might start over and go Nuzlocke. I think I might give that a crack. I think that's the way to play it.
I'm going to take videos of that, man.
No,
there is a good touch to backboard. An opportunity. Pete Jones puts it away. Now back up. Homer 1 was inevitable eventually, I think, but they made it happen faster than maybe was assumed, judging by the first half of this match.
Yeah, and also I think it was assumed by Super Sweat right there that the attack wasn't going to come that quickly. They were already rotating around the corner, kind of moved themselves out of the box. Very unfortunate timing for the team in orange, whose lead has fizzled away. Galactic under a bit of pressure again right now. Fire Pupper gets their first of game number 3, and that's going to be a 3-1 lead now for the favorites.
Yeah, a great little second touch by Riz there to get that center as well. But I mean, Homer 1 really securing themselves in that at least upper ranking of teams here. I think definitely number 1 on stream so far, but they still have contest. So it's going to be the question of can anybody take them down. Pete Jones again 4-1 here and looking to secure this game and series on game 3 here.
What a flip out of Pete Jones right there. Good angle, great velocity. That's a fancy goal from the refined gentleman known as Mr. Jones. As we hit our final 100 seconds. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, though. I feel like, well, honestly, I felt like this series has been over for a little bit, unfortunately. As we hit our final minute and a half, there's a chance for Rebel Frog. The net, it's so open. Just tap it in. So perhaps we might be calling it a little bit too soon. Perhaps the most dangerous score lead in all of football, that 2-pointer, can start to collapse around them. There's just under a minute and a half to go.
I was just going to say a good point on Galactic. They absolutely make it relevant here is that by no means would I say that Galactic is like one of the worst teams in this tournament or anything. They have turned up fairly strong. It's really just an attestament to how much stronger than a lot of the teams in this entire tournament. Homer 1 are. They're a step above the average team here, and I don't even know if I could say that Galactic was average for this. That we saw them play pretty well last week.
I can't do it. I was trying to think of a Macaulay Culkin joke, but my brain couldn't get there. That's okay, though. Riz is going to clear it across the middle of the field. Now looking at that net once again, but the save will be made by Rebel Frog. Fire Pupper keeps it held up. Pete Jones underneath doesn't take the shot.
I mean, they've got the house on lockdown already. It's just Homer 1 setting up the traps, right?
That kind of works. We're kind of getting there. I don't know. I just want to do, hey, remember the 80s? Remember Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin? Let's clap. But no. All right, 25 seconds to go.
Nobody watching remembers the 80s, Max.
Everyone remembers the 80s. Why do you think Ready Player One was so successful despite being a mediocre movie? 15 seconds left. Riz from underneath does get a bit of distance, but doesn't get the call. I stand by it. Final 10 seconds in this one. It does look like Homer 1 is going to get the victory. Well done to the favorites as they notch another win under their belt.
Great victory in the first match here today for our cup, and you know what, I want to call it the Greater Bendigo, the Bendigo Cup here, but it's just kind of turning into hot takes with Max right now.
It is. I love it. Hey, you gotta keep things fresh right now. All right, we got tacos coming up, and what are tacos without a little bit of spice? All right, we need that flavor. Oh, we were gonna get the good map too. Anyways, jumping back over to us right now. That is going to do it for our first series. Now, the scores haven't been updated just yet, or have they? No, they have been updated. You can see Homer 1 still 3-0, Taco Norm still 3-0 as well. Unfortunately for Galactic, they do drop that game, but they got a win due to a forfeit from, I believe, King of Macca's. So they're going to be sitting 2-2 right now. It's not the worst in the world. They're still in that playoff hunt. And from what we've seen from them, I do expect they still might be a top 4 team in this Bendigo Cup.
I think we may have actually seen a few forfeits there because we had results on a lot of the games in this round 3 here very, very early on. So, yeah, a little bit concerning there. I hope we do get to see some of those teams turning back up. But Galactic, they've earned a win for just a loss here, so doing well for themselves point-wise here in the tournament as a result of that. Really, they've now won 2 series in 2 days, so they are showing up well. And maybe they didn't have to really prove it today, but we did see it yesterday. And of course, we've got Taco Norm up next, so I'm very, very
Yeah, but they're
keen to see that.
They're going to be taking
really
on
good.
What a Save up next as well. What a Save, though, I believe dropped a game to – it was either the Big M's or the Goon Squad, so I'm not sure where exactly they fit in right now. I do remember being quite impressed with Goon Squad as well, despite their loss. So What a Save for me is also a team with a few question marks. Are they that number 4 seeded team? Are they better than Galactic? Well, we're going to find out eventually, so don't go too far. We're going to be throwing it to a break, but when we do come back, it is going to be that second match. And welcome back, everybody. It's time for our second game to get underway. What a save. Sitting at 2-1, going to be taking on Taco Norm 3006. What is the significance of the number? Is that how many goals they're going to score? That's what I think it's going to be as we get ready to go into this one. Gex, have to admit, haven't really seen either of these teams play yet. Taco Norm, they come in with a reputation. They do come in as a bit of favorites.
Yeah, absolutely. I think What a Save has done okay previously, but what I've seen out of them versus an undefeated squad here, I think Taco Norm is definitely the favorite. I think you're right. The question is 3006 the number of goals they're going to score this game, this series, or this tournament?
Ooh, I mean, we're going to find out soon enough because they are going to be jumping in. I have a feeling it would be tournament would be the closest. 3006 is a large number.
Yeah,
this game, 3006 goals in one game. That's a 10-second replay per goal, roughly, or like 5-10 seconds. So, you know, hey, if they're doing that, we're going to be here for a couple days. So get nice and comfy. Looking to beat Sunless Khan's 24-hour record, apparently.
Cool. Yeah, that's the one. We're going in.
Well, we are absolutely going in. It's going to be fun, I think, especially because we get to go to the new map. That makes me so excited. That makes me so keen.
Yeah. I selected this one just for you and to torment the players, like you were saying. It's it can be a really disorientating map, but it's very pretty.
Well, players are jumping in on What a Save. Taco Norm should be jumping in as well. Hopefully they get the message because this game is going to start unless they do get in.
They do have all three players, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, here they come.
Well, there's one. Yeah, no, we're going to be having to restart this one, I think.
Unlucky. It always got to be like this, don't it?
Has to happen once. It's going to happen once.
It's got to happen once. It's okay, though. Like, it's easy enough to remake, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. Look, maybe there's their way of protesting against the new map. Maybe that's what it was. It was a silent protest.
A silent protest that was really loud. I mean, the sound of those cars jumping in and out just it can get really noisy when all three on a team are doing it. If you get like 5 out of the 6 players on map just constantly jumping in and out off the field, it gets really loud.
And yet I'm the only one who ever uses the cat car engine noises that I always hear. I want more of that. More people. I forget the name of that engine sound. And yet I have it on all my cars. Because how great would it be if you had like 6 angry cat noises?
Yeah,
that's what it should be.
Oh man, I can't remember the name of that either. Now.
Yeah, I don't remember the name. It looks like everyone is in, so we're gonna try again.
I'm liking this little bit of info here from Norm. Norm is on Switch. Taco is on Xbox. And L Norm is on PC. So
that's a good that crossplay coming through. Who did you say was on the Switch again?
Norm Boys.
All right, well, we'll see how they play it out. I'm going to be very curious. That, of course, is on Taco Norm. Meanwhile, on the What a Save side, give me one moment, our players include Civex, Dolmestia, as well as Lunar Prodigy. For the side of Taco Norm, though, it will be Taco Man, it will be L Norm, as well as Norm Boys. So 2 Norms on that team. Won't get confusing whatsoever. Particularly when they're on defense and clumped together, yet they find the clear, and it's going to go the distance.
Okay.
Gex, Norm Boys strikes first.
Please tell me this isn't the shots that they've been winning with exclusively, just across map capitalization on Dole there, turning the wrong way in midfield. It's a good shot, don't get me wrong, but I want to see something prettier than that. Come on, boys.
Yeah, that was... I mean, hey, you know what? You take everything you get given to you. They found that clear. They're going to take that shot.
0-0.
Exactly. So I'm not going to hold them back, but I am a little bit concerned for the side of Taco Norm. Even though they find that opening goal, they are the team playing defense for the majority of this first minute as the score quickly gets tied back up.
Yeah, and this is a really good goal too. A good little tap up and just comes back down onto it. The defense kind of was not sure what to do with that. They knew if they didn't touch it was going to get scored there too. So what a save. That's a really good start for them.
It is a fantastic start for What a Save right now, who are looking like the faster team. It's both members from Taco Norm pull away from the ball on the attack. All right, What a Save is going to take that back. Had a chance. Oh, boy. I think we could be in one of those situations where Taco Norm, yes, they're coming into this one 3-0, but perhaps their strength of schedule might have been hiding some of their little pace deficiencies at this stage.
I really want there to be another game today that's just as odd as last week. We had a game last week that had us out of breath from laughing.
Yes.
I want to see that again. That was brilliant.
That was a brilliant.
No casting ability coming out of a match like that, but so much fun to watch.
I mean, this one could get there right now just by looking at how Taco Norm plays the game. They're playing so defensively. I mean, to the extent that they were just giving up the ball entirely on their way up the field. I'm with you. I think we could get to that stage. I mean, first we need to see a fair few more unforced errors. Was Norm going for a... Okay. Well, there we go. I mean, that was something different. Norm went for a squishy save, gave up halfway through, and just fell.
Are you pronouncing all Norm on each of those? Like, the L as an all? That's amazing. Yeah, that's how we're saying that name the entire time.
All Norm?
All Norm, all Norm, all Norm.
All Norm, yeah.
I can't do that like you can. That's incredible.
I don't know. Dolvice is just going to put it off the back. I'm just trying to read the names, all right? Literacy is hard for me, and if I can get one right, huzzah. Lunar Prodigy with a shot. That's not going to be a goal.
It's really hard to say. Civex has control of that. Taco in behind it now. Out to that midfield, but Dolmeister, this is good pressure from What a Save, but nobody there to take the final touch and put it away.
Yeah, actually, to be fair, Taco Norm's defense has been doing a fantastic job. Yep. What?
Come on. Both teams working together there to just like make you sound stupid, Max. That's the entire plan here. They're not playing to win. They're playing against Max here, guys. So you'll see it all the way through this. I'm pretty sure they're gonna just try and outplay Max.
Look, behind the scenes, we're gonna peel back the curtains a little bit. Civics was really excited when they found out we were gonna be casting their game. Now I know why. Mm-hmm. They just wanted to make me look foolish by pulling off crazy shots like that. What a double, Civics! Oh,
that is a positively nasty redirect down. That is a 0-degree angle backboard. I mean, I had these in training, but to do it in a competition, that's insane. That's why he's got Season 2 Supersonic Legend as his title there.
Yeah, all right. There you go, Civics. There's your clip. Now you have Gex and I losing our minds as you pull off something insane. What a shot. What a goal. I mean, look. Going to go ahead and try to find a fourth goal already.
Civics sitting on
3. I think this team might have been holding back a bit. I think we came into this with predicting the wrong team. That results.
Maybe.
Again, we hadn't seen either of these teams yet on the pitch before coming into this one right now. All we see is 3-0, 2-1, but we're getting a clearer picture perhaps right now. And Taco Norm, I need to see more pace from them. I need to see a bit more aggression because right now they're letting What a Save, particularly Civics, just sort of dictate everything.
First matchup today, at least one of the teams was one PC player to Cynet. Are we going to get every single team of one PC player to Cynet? And Lunar Prodigy does take another one for What a Save. They are so strong.
They are. This is a good-looking team. I've been paying attention. I know I joke around and meme around and we're having a fun time here, but I have been paying attention, and I've seen very few faults coming from this What a Save side, actually. They're aggressive. They're fast. They don't give their opponents a lot of space. They slow it down when they need to, when their own spacing gets tight. Case in point, we saw that right there. I think they were actually expecting Lunar Prodigy to stay behind them. That's okay. There's little mistakes every now and then, but for the most part, they're playing the pitch as much as they're playing their team as well, if that makes sense. It's like they use the information they're able to gather very efficiently at any given moment. And that, for me, is always a sign of a very, very competent and a very, very strong team. So when we look at this team compared to Homer 1, we thought we'd be comparing Taco Norm. No, we're going to be comparing What a Save to Taco Norm. I feel like we actually could see... I almost want to say I almost like What a Save a bit more right now. As well, Civics missed the open net, so I'm still going to favor Homer 1. If Civics hits the open net, that's different. How do you make that drop double touch but then miss the open net?
Yeah, look, you see this often in teams that have like an SSL right up the front of the team and stuff, where they have some really incredible players, but maybe they don't look as strong as a team as other teams, and that's where I kind of agree with you that Homer 1 is still well and truly in the running for top team here. But as far as individual players go, I don't think we've seen anything the quality of Civex.
Yeah, well, but then they missed that open net at the end.
Yeah.
Then they okay, you know what? You're right, though. We can't hold CJ has said, you miss the open net, you win the game. That's how it works, so... I guess
they're the hardest shots to make, man. I can attest to that. Yeah. They are the hardest shots to take. A ground goal, like ground shot, open net goal, 100% of the time you'll miss it.
0-degree angle, overhead double touch, easy.
No problem.
Open net, nah, too difficult. What am I thinking? Absolutely. Now, Civics definitely, unironically, has been one of the more impressive mechanical players on the pitch in this tournament thus far, particularly on stream. This is exciting. I want to see the other two play super well as well. Little Prodigy is a name that sounds very familiar to me. I feel like I've cast them before, but I can't pick where. So that's going to be the second player I'm looking out for. It could just be my imagination. I don't know.
No, I have the same feeling.
Yeah, I think we've seen Luna Prodigy before in the past. Probably in an RLO event or something, maybe, or AEL University or something along those lines. But
possibly. Could even be a high school player coming through. A strong high school player.
Maybe.
Civex coming down on that, but it's actually going to be... I think that was Taco Man blocking that. Back to his own team, though. They do have control at the moment. That's not going to be a shot for them yet. But they're struggling to get this cleared out, and they will get help from a What a Save member there as well. They are just throwing themselves at the ball. They're really not worried about what happens here. What a Save just wants touches.
Yeah, exactly. What a save. Definitely. They just want to attack as well. Civics doesn't quite put that one through the net just yet. Now Civics. Oh, another open-looking net, but from that angle, yeah, that was good. Always going to be a little bit difficult. It feels like a little bit of the gas has been let up, though, from What a Save. They're giving a lot of space across the middle of the pitch. They're playing very back to front. They're going for musty pre-jumps. Yeah, they're definitely in a weird spot right now, and I think they're just exuding a little bit too much confidence.
Well, they've earned it so far, and they might again, but Norm Boys comes through at the last second. A great touchdown into the center field. Norm gonna try and take that. Taco Man trying his best as well. This is, yeah, I can see this turning into that match.
Oh, it's turning into that opening goal, at least for Civics, as they get one off the side wall. Norm Boys just couldn't quite find the distance they were looking for. Nice little cross up on our goalkeeper. It is a 1-0 lead in favor of What a Save.
We've got some fans in the chat there as well. A Homer 1 fan coming through 10 minutes ago as well. They're going to be watching this match, I think, with some anticipation, because they need Homer 1 to be the better team out of them and What a Save right now, really. Right now, yeah, probably looking like they are more competent as a team, but What a Save aren't really being pressured to play their best right now, I would say.
I would have to agree with that, and I'm really curious to see how Civics handles a team that is as consistent as Homer 1 was. I think there are definitely some questions we can see. That was a musty attempt. Because Civics is going for a lot of these flashy plays. We know they can pull them off because they did nail one before. However, we're not seeing too much more outside of that. I need to... 1 sec. You go ahead. Oh, boy. 1 second.
Looking at that double commit there, I think the question isn't how Civex handles a better team. It's how his teammates do as well. Like, there are definitely some big errors there from the teammates. I mean, big errors from Civex so far, but under no pressure and able to do so. Again, another shot there out of Civex, and they are turning up well. Taco Man, even in the management chat there, saying, "Wow, Season 2 SSL, sheesh."
Yeah, no, I definitely saw that one pop up. Here's a fun little casting tip, actually, for everyone out there. When you're casting games, if you don't want distracting Discord messages to pop up, just put yourself onto Do Not Disturb or appear offline. Otherwise, you'll get some weird messages that I'm not sure belonged in a Power of Evil chat. That's all I'm going to say. Not Power of Evil. Where's that? What's Path of Exile? That's it. I just saw PoE. Either way, 1 minute 30 to go in this game. 2-0 lead. The map is still beautiful. That eye is still staring into my soul. And it's Civex making it another hat trick in a row.
Sauron has blessed Civex's efforts here as it comes forward again. Just a barest of miss out of Taco Norm there as well, and man, it's not working for them at the moment. They need to try something else against this What a Save team. I want to see some physical play against Civex. Take him out of the play and see how you can do against Luna Prodigy and Dolmeister.
As much as I agree with you, it's going to be difficult to do. It's not just going to be a simple thing of Civex, bump Civex. The dude has been playing at supersonic speed, I feel like, for 90% of this matchup.
Oh, good chance here, but Normboys is going to lose control of it as Dole puts out away. Taco is more concerned about the boost control on map right now. It's not a bad decision, especially with one back. There's a bit of a miss there, but Civex, another one, is just sniping easy shots now. What's happening?
Oh, it's more of the same, to be perfectly honest. Civex still just kind of powering away right now. Shot straight in the middle of the net. That Season 2 Supersonic Legend tag, I feel it is definitely was earned in the past and is still warranted and viable today. Just a fantastic performance coming out of Civex right now. Less than a minute to go in our second game. It will be What a Save going up 2-0 in the series. Yeah, this is an interesting matchup. Taco Norm, they came in with all the expectations on their shoulders. Was this our favorite to win the tournament? Not looking like that's going to be the case anymore.
Yeah, absolutely, but there's still question marks on everything, and while Taco Norm haven't been able to show up here yet, that's the first step in the right direction.
Yeah, L Norm. Able just to get that one through.
Normal.
What's the name of the cat from Garfield? Not Garfield, the other one? Normal?
I was really concerned for the insanity for a second. The cat from Garfield.
No, it's like...
I know the answer to that one. That's easier trivia questions.
Oh, Taco Man, hello. Gets a second goal in to distract us all from one of the strangest questions. The gray cat, Normal, or something normal.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. I used to be a Garfield fan. My cousin used to be like an enormous Garfield fan when we were kids.
I didn't know there were
it was
such
something
things.
really, really close to that, if it's not that. It was, yeah, I think you might be right.
Normal. Yeah, either way, I didn't even know Garfield had serious fans.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, no, I mean, my cousin collected like every single Garfield comic ever. So close on the line there. What a save.
Yeah, what a save at the end. Very, very close to making it a 5-2 game, but at the end of the day, 4-2. More than enough to take our second game in this series as we look ahead to go to our third. I do believe that we're looking like it's most likely going to be a 3-0. We'll see how this third game does play out. Back real quick to Garfield, though.
Yeah.
Something I always thought I'd say on a Rocket League broadcast. I'm going to actually call out.
Back to Garfield.
AEL. I know you're listening. I know you're watching. This is a appeal, a cry out. Garfield Kart esports when?
What? I'm sorry. What?
You heard me.
Looks
like we have a reset.
Like, yeah.
Is it? I don't know.
Like
the other team does have to agree
game,
to it usually before it does go through, and they're still playing. I don't know.
Waiting on them.
Is still wait. Well, now there's 4 players on the orange team.
What is happening?
Why are there 4 players in orange? It looks like we're still playing. I think we're just playing it. All right, we're just playing it. Yeah, fair enough.
they're on it. Civex trying his best to get back to that as well. He was maintaining control and making sure no goals got out while we were discussing whether they wanted to continue that, but they want to continue, and
look,
that's what you get.
I guess, you know, I don't think it's gonna. It's not like it's gonna change the outcome. I'm being a little. I'm not making it sound harsh. Okay, look.
Toxic. Max.
Taco.
Oh my goodness.
I enjoy tacos. They are tasty. You put turkey in them. You can put fish in them. You can put mince in them. Beef. I actually. Civics gets another goal.
I enjoy toxicity from Max.
I'm just I'm just gonna straight up say, all right, I had chicken tacos this morning for breakfast.
Ooh.
Yeah, red curry chicken tacos actually.
Would you? Yeah.
Oh,
red
God.
curry, nice. Yep. There we go. Yeah, I was gonna say what did you pair it with, but that's yep. All right, we're up 2-0.
Oh no! You're supposed to put Discord on mute. You're not supposed to look at what your bosses send you in the middle of matches and distract you horribly. Definitely not. Oh no.
Mm-hmm. You all right?
You just keep casting the
Oh
game,
no,
please.
Nitro, buddy.
Yeah.
What do you? I just don't know this. Okay, we have Garfield Kart on.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's confirmed. There we go.
Garfield
That's
Kart's
the
coming.
image. Can you actually? Is there a way you can get that on stream? Because,
Eventually, yes,
I think
absolutely.
the people
We
need
will.
to. Yeah,
We will.
eventually.
Don't worry, don't
yeah,
worry.
people need to know that Garfield Kart is a thing.
Oh, have you never
Thank you,
actually played
Nitro.
the games?
No, what? I knew that there were Garfield video games, but Garfield Kart, really?
Yeah, Garfield Kart's a totally real thing. Yeah.
And I need to go and play this now.
Yeah, it's
What are we talking, like PlayStation 2?
No, it's on Steam for like $2.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, no, we're playing that.
it's
You and I are
terrible.
playing a tournament of that.
It's
That's fine.
terrible.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I convinced my friends to play it with the full steering wheel, like driving
Okay,
sim
yeah.
setup.
Thank you, Nitro. I've just been linked the trailer for that, the whole Steam page.
Anyways,
actually,
yeah,
so we're gonna get that set up.
Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely. I think it's the second one that is the multiplayer enabled. You're going to play it for 10 minutes and demand a refund. Either way, 2.5 minutes in this game.
It's all content, Max. It's all content. They've been held. Look, what a say they're being held right now. It's been a while since I've seen us goal. So
There we
Max
go.
might change that. There it is. And it's a great backboard read as well.
It was so kind of Civics to wait until after Garfield Kart ended to pull
Yeah, of
off a
course.
clean double touch. 104 smack dab middle of the net.
Max, I love that Civex was like, yes, the greatest casters to cover us, and we're just going on about Garfield.
Oh.
He's just absolutely going nutty across the field. We're like, yeah, Garfield's pretty sick.
Yeah, well, you know.
He's
Oh,
never
oh,
gonna
no.
run us to again. Oh, a runaway there. What a pinch to send that downfield.
It wasn't really. I guess it was a pinch. I guess
50
that
pinch,
was.
yeah.
I mean, it was a pinch by definition. I'm very surprised now the defender was able to get there, unfortunately. And a 4-goal deficit past that halfway point. Taco Norm 3006. They're in danger right about now. They are in trouble. Hopefully they'll be able to get something through. But as long as Civics is just able to play with that soccer ball just like that, it's going to be a scary situation.
Look, I'd rather call that touch a pinch than a 50, because that was more like a 90-10.
Yeah.
Really got away from them there. Dolmeister, that's a good touch-up for Civics, a good passing play. And we're not really seeing, obviously, you know, these guys aren't displaying that SSL tag, but we're not seeing as much out of them as we are from Civics, but they are participating really well. They are getting that ball downfield because they know that Civics puts that away.
Yeah, that they do. I mean, when you have a player like Civics that you can trust, give them the ball with space, and something positive is going to happen no matter what. Like, even if you don't get the goal, you're causing defenders to bite, you're causing defenders to react. It just enables the rest of your team to do so much with it. It's why, you know, these types of players are so highly coveted, even at the top level. I look at, you know, people like Fever and what Fever does for the Renegades, what Fiber does for Dire Wolves, what even Realize does for Verde. It's just all compounded when you have that one big playmaking player and what they can do to enable the rest of the team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the further you go up that line, of course, the playmaker role does get a little bit blurred, but there's Dolmeister putting one away. Now everybody on the board for what a save.
Have things changed? Is Realize no longer the carry?
No, absolutely
okay.
he is. But the higher, my point was the higher up you go in competition,
Oh yeah, well
the less you see that be.
Yeah,
it's more flexible.
Well, I mean, look at Renegades and look at Ground Zero. They're like completely different teams, but they're each at the top of the level in OCE, right?
Yeah, of course.
But however, that's mostly because I would say all 3 members of Ground Zero can like kind of fill that high ball carrier role. Even Express, who is known as being the defender, I've seen Express do some crazy things. Either way, they're not even playing right now. We should be looking at the 2 teams in front of us. It's 20 seconds left. They are getting demos just because they're frustrated that the score is now 6-0, seeing into the future. So, yeah, it's been a rough outing, unfortunately, for Taco Norm.
This is a nasty little doink of a touch. Lunar Prodigy just absolutely destroying the remainder of the defense that was scrambling there for Taco. We went into this looking at Taco going, oh man, is this the team to contest Homer 1? I don't think so after seeing this. I think What a Save could be, though.
I think What a Save absolutely should be. That's going to do another goal as we watch.
Are they going to trigger Max again?
Oh, yeah, let's
7 seconds, they might, yeah.
They can go
I want to
for
hear
it.
you shout about the toxicity coming out of Max earlier, man. That's, I need to see it again.
No more.
Of course, I'm joking.
No more.
But it could be.
Oh, we could see something. Let's see what we get
Oh,
here.
it might be just an 8-0, though. No, it's
Nah.
going to find the ground. But it is a 3-0 match score, and that is huge for the prospects in the rest of this tournament for What a Save.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're just going to quickly jump over to take a look now at how that is going to be affecting our standings. As you can see right here, What a Save. They go to 3-1. They're looking pretty good. Taco Norm, their first loss, but they're still in a good playoff position. When you look at, like, you know, some of these bottom teams, the Big M's with that tie, it's going to be a bit rough for them. RLC boys and King and Macas are kind of mathematically out at this stage. What a Save, in theory, just needs to win like one more game, and they still should be through in that top 4. So they're definitely having something to play for. But at that same Taco Norm, same situation. Both of them kind of one game away. It will be interesting to see how that plays out. We still though do have one more match, which I'm going to bring up right here. There's Garfield Cart. But more importantly, that one more match though, which we are going to be looking ahead at, consisting of Goon Squad versus Homer 1. Is going to be an interesting one for me because if Homer 1 gets that win, goes to 4-0, I think they will have sort of pushed themselves into the playoffs.
You know what else makes this interesting? Goon Squad was able to take a game off of What a Save in round 1 as well. So I've been watching Goon Squad a little bit. I think we saw them in round 2, actually, versus Galactic. They are very strong. This could be a really good matchup. Before we do cut to the break, though, I've got an apology to make to the players. I left you on Starbase Arc that entire time. Your eyes must be hurting, boys. I apologize for that. We'll fix that up in the next match.
That we will. We'll be right back with more of the Bendigo Cup in just a few moments. Oh, look at that, right on time. We are back and ready for our third match of the evening. It is going to be a little bit of Goon Squad versus a little bit of Homer 1, undefeated Homer 1. Best team in the Bendigo Cup, Homer 1. Well, that's what we're going to be looking to find out. The Goon Squad's got a bit of a fight against them if they're going to come out on top in this game. We saw them come up short against Galactic earlier, but since then they've won 2 in a row. I'm curious if they can make that 3 against the team that's already won 3 in a row. Funny how that works out.
It's interesting. Goon Squad were able to take a match off of What a Save, who are looking to contest that strongest team in the region as well. So if that was just down to a little bit of inconsistency in nerves and they won, it wouldn't really shock me. If they can bring that kind of energy and really take it to Homer 1, they may even have a chance here.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup for sure between these two teams. So it was Goon Squad that beat What a Save. That's interesting to me because Goon Squad lost to Galactic, and if we're going to go through, like our tower of teams, that would put Homer 1 as the favorite still.
Yeah.
However, from what I saw from What a Save, I'm very surprised that they were able to drop a game to a team that I believe lost to who did they lose in the first round to? They would have lost to Taco Norm, I believe. Goon Squad. So, yeah, this is an interesting one. I feel like we've got a weird rock, paper, scissors battle happening right now for second place with Homer 1 kind of lording over them all. We'll be curious to see if that's going to be able to continue into this next match. And hopefully soon the players will be getting in. I believe we do see members of the Goon Squad have made their way through. We're just sort of waiting right now for Homer 1, and as soon as they get onto the pitch, we will be underway.
Yeah, it's interesting though, because we don't have information on what the full rosters are, if there are the ability to bring in substitutes here as well. So there's always the possibility that there were substitutes brought in for some of those games. It just does not make sense to me that they were able to take a game confidently off of What a Save. It wasn't first game or anything; it was third to push it to game 4. So
I feel like Civics may have been off or not playing.
Yeah.
That's the conclusion I'm coming to. I look towards that. I look at Civics as possibly being the catalyst. While we wait, though, to continue a conversation we were having off stream, you are the first person who I've heard who said you've enjoyed that Cowboy Bebop live action. I'm just going straight in.
Don't get me wrong, not all of it. Yeah, they changed a lot for the ending. I'm not going to give any spoilers.
Well, not just the ending, though, but weren't they forced to change a lot just because they take a 25-minute cartoon episode and try to make it into a 45-minute live action thing? I feel like that might draw things out.
But there's a difference between expounding on something, adding to something, and changing it. They changed the ending dramatically. And that bothered me, but there was good feel across it, and I think that they got the tone right, and that's one of the biggest things for it, like that jazzy, cool vibe, really, really good. And one of the actors that I was worried about the casting of was the one for Jet because of the previous work he'd done, and he was perfect. It blows my mind. He was just Jet. It was insane.
Okay, that's interesting. I mean, this is positive signs. It's good to hear. I just my concerns again that I've come into. Oh, they are jumping in. Oh, you know what? All right. Well, we'll come back to this discussion later. Then, I do have a couple more questions, but they have to do with a completely different media. We're going to go ahead and tell the players, hey, go when ready. Go on in because it is time to play some Rocket League, our final match of this afternoon, and players are jumping onto the pitch, so too shall we. On the blue side of the Goon Squad, it is the Ningar gang. We have It's Jamo as well as Marlo21. Meanwhile, taking them on Homer 1, we know them before Fire Pupper, Pete Jones, as well as Riz. And, well, straight out of the gate, Homer 1, they're on the attack. They have a chance as the gang misses the ball. Pete Jones' shot will be saved by Jamo from underneath.
Fire Papa looking to start things off early. Homer 1, they are an aggressive team. I mean, they just push with aggression and possession. Every single time we've seen them, that's been their play style, and it's not letting up here, but...
Oh, that's a goal.
For a moment, at least, the defense did hold up, but not long enough. Homer 1 take the first goal.
I have never been more disappointed in Pete Jones's card choice. Either way, that is going to be a 1-0 lead right now. Pete Jones.
Guy, no?
I don't like that car color. I don't think it's very nice. I compare that to what its JMO is running.
Look, you can't judge him. Maybe he's a hippie. He likes it. It's fine.
After
It's
all
his
the military
lifestyle, man.
after all the military titles we gave them in the first series, and now they were like rebel. It is
not Captain Pete Jones.
no. Sorry, it wasn't it's JMO's car. Like it's Marlo 21's car, who I really like. All the cars actually right now on the Goon Squad are actually more my style, is what I want to say. Not that I don't appreciate hippies. Don't get me wrong. But
I don't know how to process that statement.
that I don't appreciate hippies. Look, my mom. I am related to serious hippies in a lot of the ways, so it all makes sense. Shot from Pete Jones with power across the middle is going to go ahead and make this 2-0.
Maybe he's a bit of a fan of nature because he's got that splash. He's trying to water the plants. This is a field, buddy. You're only going to grow weeds in the cracks.
That shot was much more Woodstock 99 than Woodstock 76. All right, that's all I'm going to say. Either way, JMO is going to go ahead and try to creel it across the middle of the pitch. Won't get too far with it. Instead, we will see the gang play it across the middle of the field, shut down by Riz. JMO lets it get behind them. 2 quick goals. Already looking at a third right now for Pete Jones and the rest of Homer 1. This series, I have to admit, this is kind of what I was expecting coming in.
Yeah, I mean, I was really hoping to see that game 1 against What a Save out of Goon Squad, but yeah, this is what we were expecting. And like you said, that very, very well may have come down to Civex just not really turning up for that match. That's a great pass down the goal from Riz again, but they are just on top, and this is what we expect out of Homer 1.
4 quick goals in our first 2 minutes. Get comfy, everybody, because there is no way we're going to be able to stay on topic for 15 minutes if it's going to continue like this right now. Now, 3:14 into this game. Homer 1 out in front right now. Looking very confident, very much in control. Pete Jones going to try to find someone underneath. It's Riz who pops it up. Pete Jones a little too far forward. That's why you have teammates. The Fire Pupper going to play it ahead. Now looking for that next touch, passing it back, and that goes over the top of Riz. It's going to go all the way. Not quite. Riz is there for the save.
Oh, and JMO actually had the angle of it with a big pinch. What is that? Sent home by Goon Squad.
Oh, is that going to be? Oh, it's not
it a
quite.
pinch or a
Not.
bump shot?
It was a pinch.
It's a bomb shot.
Oh, it was. It could have been a pinch. It could have been amazing. I'm still waiting for the day where we get, pineapple level of pinch again. I forgot the second part of that team's name. All I remember is pineapple, and I have Seth Rogen on the
Pineapple cake.
Pineapple cake. That's it. I still want another pineapple cake pinch because that still was the craziest. I've yet to see that beaten.
Absolutely insane. What was it? It was over.
187.
Yeah.
187. Like
I actually think that they did set a record.
Yeah, I think
of
it was
some
too.
kind with that shot. I can't remember.
It was faster than the official one.
I remember a Twitter post saying that it was
Yeah.
going official as the fastest.
Yeah.
For something. I don't think it was the fastest shot recorded for.
I think it was the fastest
any
in
tournament,
competition.
but yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was the fastest in in a specific kind of a competition or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an absolutely insane shot regardless, and we're seeing that out of Homer 1, but nothing like that.
No, I want to see that though. So that's the challenge. I'm throwing down that challenge actually for everyone playing in the Bendigo Cup. Exactly.
The whole game.
Not just a 3-man. Well, it was only a 2-man pinch when they pulled that off, but still, I just want to see someone crack 190. That's the challenge. If anyone can get a shot over 190 kilometers per hour, you win the tournament. Bendigo Cup ends then and there. You are crowned the champions.
Oh, Riz.
As Riz just is able to dribble it past a bunch of defenders. I feel like that's going to be a few K short, though, of 190.
Yeah, just a couple. Yeah, getting away there from Riz's big final touch that would have been the 190 for sure, guaranteed, of course. But I think what this is going to come down to now, where, I mean, we're looking at Homer 1 being as dominant as they have been in every match. We've seen them, and a great save there from its jammer. Riz nearly getting a second touch put away there as well. But what the question that then raises is, do the 2 GC tagged players in Homer 1 equal the 1 SSL in Civics? Because that's really interesting to me.
Yeah, I think that is going to be the challenge for sure. Marlowe straight down the middle will be slowed down by Fire Pupper. Yeah, I mean, that's the interesting matchup. That's sort of that marquee prime time showdown that we're going to be looking to see. So I hope when the two teams do play, Bendigo shuts everything down all right, gets everyone into that same attendance hall, make a little bit of that LAN environment, because it's going to be that Friday night fight when we get to it. As it stands right now, though, it's all about that speculation, and I'm still leaning towards Homer 1.
I definitely am as well. I think just as team competency goes, they connect so much better, and it means that those GC players are open to take those interesting shots more often.
I think so as well. It'll be a fun match to see how they challenge each other out in that entire affair. Fire Pupper, trying to fake, was trying so desperately to get as a defender to fight, but no one does at the end of the day. It doesn't really matter too much because game 1 is going to be done and dusted. A 5-1 victory, more convincing wins for Homer 1 as they go up Homer 1-0 in the series.
1-0, and I want to bring it back to.
Yep.
We're talking about television shows, and you said that we were taking it away into the wrong media. Where do we get the Rocket League Netflix series? When's that coming in? And how much family is being discussed?
Move aside, Arcade.
It's gotta be, yeah.
Move aside, Arcade. It's Rocket League time. That's curious. I mean, there's enough cross-licensing things with Rocket League throughout it that, like, I'm sure you can grab something from that. I know we got Batman, Batmobile, Stranger Things. There's Jurassic Park.
The new Batman, the new Batmobile is actually just going to be a Dominus modified.
Oh my god. It's like you could turn it into a mashup of all these medias and they all just come together and play Rocket League. That sounds terrible.
The worst movie idea.
Coming from the person who liked Ready Player One, shutting down a super team. It's just Ready Player One, but they play Rocket League.
Riz is on his back, just giving away opportunities right now. He was waiting for the boost to spawn.
Oh no,
but it doesn't.
Jones.
And
Riz!
Where is that
was Pete
save
Jones
coming from?
That was Pete Jones who got the touch. Actually, that battle bus somehow got there.
Battle bus.
It's the
Are we allowed to personally ban players from the battle bus?
I agree. I mean, look. It is the least elegant car on the pit. It is overtaking the scare for me for the least elegant looking thing. And I have nothing against Fortnite. Like, this isn't blind Fortnite hate. But we're going to stick on Pete Jones for a little bit. Look at how it flies. Nothing about that is graceful. Nothing about that is, beautiful to watch.
Look at the back wheels come off as it drives.
I don't know. It's just not a fun time. I mean, again, we're sticking with it for right now.
So clean.
But I just... Oh, that's a good little dunk,
another
actually.
really nice map right now as well.
Oh yeah, this
Absolutely
is
Forbidden Temple.
One of the better ones. Except I always lose on it, so it's bad.
I think this is my favorite map. I couldn't say whether I lose.
Now
or
I really
dislike.
No, I agree. It is very Thailand feel for me. Is that what it was going for, right?
Crazy. I think it's Japanese, like the temples and the sakuras. It's all
I always think that the
line.
whenever I see those types of like rolling hills, though, I always think Thailand.
Yeah, I feel like the landscape. That makes sense. Oh, a good shot from Riz.
That's the longest we've gone without Homer 1 scoring a goal.
Yeah, 2 minutes, just about. That's a good holdout, but they need to do more than that.
They do. They need to somehow demo that battle bus. They need to. Like, I think I know what's happened. I think Pete Jones was doing a sneaky beaky little listen in on our casting and knows how much I hate that battle bus. So when I was insulting the hippie car before, it was like, oh, you want to see bad. Like, I actually want to go back to that last car now, Pete Jones. You did it. You convinced me. It can't always be worse.
What is Riz using now?
Riz? Let's go to Riz, actually. Hold on. That's Pete Jones. There we go, Riz. Oh, it's just the, I always forget the name of this one.
Yeah. Me too.
It's not the scarab. It's like something similar, like the scab or something. I don't think
That's a disgusting car name. What do you mean, the scab?
Isn't it the festering flesh wound? That's my favorite car.
That's my favorite car.
Yeah.
Number one best car.
Oh, that's a
Let's
good
get
goal
another
though.
one.
That's a goal that only a scab can pull off right there. As we see this one again from the side wall. Actually, good amount of power there. The gang though was able to find it underneath, taps it in, kind of technically counts as an own goal, but not really because the shot was on target. Either way, 2-0 lead. Obviously, Homer won. They're having some fun right now with their car selection. They've mixed it up a fair bit, and you'd expect them to hold on. Good demo, though, coming from Marlowe, and perhaps that's where the Goon Squad's going to find their fight.
Pete Jones up to the backboard. Can't tap it home as Ninga lets that drop down. Does take it to the midfield. This is clever play, but he needed to touch there. Pete Jones puts it away to the side, looking for Riz. The tap is there, but Goon Squad has control again. We're yet to see them really do much with that control. They have to get back onto this. They have to let that stay in their possession that little bit longer and create those opportunities.
Off that backboard, Pete Jones shot will cross up the defense, and that's going to be another goal. 3-0 lead now for Homer 1. Just under 2 minutes remaining in our second game. It's still going very one-sided, Gex. Despite the scoreline not having been blown out of the water, it does feel as if we're looking at another potential clean sweep, which would be our 5th in a row on stream for the Bendigo Cup.
Just occurred to me that on Homer 1, I said that there was 2 GC. That's just because of the titles on them. But I think more matches than not, Fire Papa has ended as the top scoring player on that team, and he's the only one that doesn't have one of those titles. He's definitely competing at the level of the other 2, so it wouldn't surprise me if this was 3 GCs together.
It surprised me if one of them was an SSL and they're just hiding their power level, to be quite frank, at the way how they play together. I mean, the first series, it was all about Pete Jones, as well as first series last week, it was all about Fire Popper. Then it was all about Pete Jones. This one's been all about Riz.
Yeah, Riz is absolutely going off right now. Every touch is so confident and placed so perfectly.
But all 3 of them have stepped up and taken over a series at this stage. Like, it's actually kind of incredibly impressive. Oh, no, Jamo, don't toe. That was almost an own goal.
It works, though. Gets it away to Ninga, and now they've got the clear upfield. Can he read Fire Papa? Yes, but it doesn't go in their favor yet. There's the setup. Nobody there to take it. It could have been a long shot downfield, but they do escape the counter-attack for now.
Yeah, but what can they realistically do with only 40 seconds remaining? Ball still on that blue side of the pitch. It still feels as if, well, it does definitely feel as if Goon Squad's going to be falling in the second game. Homer 1. Going to be 1 game away from another clean sweep. This team has not slowed in momentum whatsoever. They are still very much in control. Going for that pinch will be shut down by Marlowe, and it's Jamo should be able to get the goal off the top crossbar and clear it out. A bit of a heartbreak to end our second affair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Fire Pupper, Root and Tootie. Gonna go ahead and that rhyme didn't work. Ball hits the ground. We're gonna be going into our 3rd game. Gex, how do you stop them?
Yeah, it's really hard to really even talk about what to do here because Homer 1 just work as a team. They work so well that I expect them to see them. I expect to see this team outside of this tournament. They really are meshing well. It's not like they're the best players I've ever seen individually. They're not going to top any charts to me in that regard, but you don't need to be an insane shot taker. If you can keep up pressure, if you can continually set up for teammates, you make it so hard for the opposing team to break through that line. Eventually they have to take chances. They have to give up possession and space to be able to try and do that, and that's when you strike as a team, and that's what Homer 1's been doing over and over again. So Goon Squad has to break through that somehow. I know I've been saying physical play a lot, but we just don't see a lot of it, and
the only player
I
who
don't
I saw
think that's going to be the answer for Goon Squad, don't get me wrong, but it could be a step in the right direction, I guess.
I agree. I think it is that right step, but I also don't think it will be enough. And I will say this, though. To defend one player on Goon Squad, Marlowe has been getting physical.
Nobody in...
They're coming.
Okay, there we go.
There they are. Yeah, Marlowe has been physical. Marlowe has been going for bumps and demos. And Marlowe actually has been kind of a bright light, I feel like, on the Goon Squad side. But it hasn't been enough. Like, even that bright light has just sort of been dimmed down, unfortunately, by the rest of the Goon Squad side as we go to Beckwith Park in the rain. One of the more photogenic maps, and that's a very photogenic shot. Oh, look at that beautiful Merc. That's a 1-0 lead in favor of Homer 1.
And they're proving me wrong on a question I asked earlier. Homer 1 is all PC players, and Goon Squad is all Signet players, so we're not going to see entirely cross-play teams in this tournament. Unfortunately, actually, I wanted to see that.
Yeah,
a cross-play tournament.
That would be fun. Like, no two members on the same team are allowed to play on the same device. Yep. And it's in 4v4 mode. So you need a PC, a Switch, an Xbox, and a PlayStation.
Imagine playing this game on Xbox. Is there, I think there's, 30 people playing it on Xbox?
Pete Jones started in a different vehicle and then switched back to the battle bus.
Oh, no.
That is why Pete Jones left.
He's been listening.
That is why I'm pretty sure that is why Pete Jones left and came back. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I could be wrong, but I'm 90% sure that's what we got from Pete Jones.
He's like, oh no, I've made an error. I have to torment the casters.
I need to stick with the battle bus.
Touch.
Well, Pete Jones.
Fire Papa sets it up, though.
Wait, Riz got the goal. What? Well, hold on. Where did Riz touch the ball? Because that was off Pete Jones. Oh!
Riz just cut through.
Wow. GS.
Oh.
Goal secured.
That bus in the kickoff just scared me for a second.
Yeah, I know.
Ready for a beautiful Rocket League car with some nice decals and nice color. Red bus.
Red is a very intimidating color.
It's very intimidating. And right now, Goon Squad is
scared
no. because of shots like this.
It's too intimidating. They're scared.
It's the red bus.
The red bus is around. We can't touch anything. Oh, no. That was just unfortunate. I mean, look.
To be fair, it's a lot of red.
It's a lot of red. It's
a big vehicle.
I hate it so much. But still, I mean, Goon Squad, I have to be a little bit critical of that one. They kind of let that one by. Probably should have been saved. That's okay, though. They do have time to bring this one back. But the unforced errors are starting to compile on, it looks like, from the Goon Squad. I think the mental game might be working a little bit against them at this stage. They just need to calm down, sort of compose themselves, get contact back on the ball. But, I mean, no one touched it there, Gex. None of them touched it.
I feel physical pain watching this. Fire Pop and lets that drop down. Marlowe misses. Jamo gets a touch, but it just smashes into the post and in. That's... I hate it because I know how it feels.
Mm-hmm. I mean, not to quote too many movies in one broadcast, but it's that quicksand effect. It's the quicksand, the sinking feeling of no matter what you can do, you just can't drag yourself out of a tough situation.
What movie are you quoting? I don't.
Yeah, that was an obscure one. That, especially in Australia, actually, it's The Replacement.
Why do you always do this to me, Max?
The Replacement, starring Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
It's a gridiron movie.
Ah, yes. Yeah, no, I've heard of it at least.
Yeah. Okay, you have heard of it. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. I should know that I wouldn't expect anyone in Australia to get that reference, to be perfectly honest. But it's a great sporting analogy. Like, the semblance of quicksand. The scene's nice. All the players are, like, discussing, what their biggest fear is. And then, the answer that the Keanu Reeves comes up is quicksand. And everyone assumes he's talking about, like, actual quicksand. It's like, no. That feeling. That hopeless feeling when you make one mistake and you sink into another and another and you can't climb out of it. It's a good scene.
For a minute, I thought you were actually making a song quote. You just misspoken. That sinking feeling. What the quote was. Yeah. 80s song, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, midfield now.
I'm not. I don't. Were you thinking more than a feeling?
No, that sinking feeling is a quote from a song. I can't remember what.
Yeah, wish. I'm wishing on that, unfortunately. You got me with one.
Jazz.
You got me with one. Now you win the reference war.
Oh, no, that's way before 80s, actually. That's like 50s.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's a really obscure reference by me.
Oh.
I like jazz. Right.
Fair enough. I like jazz too. But I like jazz because I like ska.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, okay.
Which is an abomination to jazz. I am well aware, but you know what? I can roll with it.
I can't say I care deeply enough about the rules of jazz.
Oh well,
So
I
that's
mean,
relevant.
fair enough. That's okay then. It's just, yeah. Actually, I like some jazz. Some jazz I really do not like.
There has been opportunities for Goon Squad on this. They have come back into this in a big way. I mean, 4 goals down, and they were looking really poor with a lot of those big misses and stuff. But now they're setting up stuff like this. They're going for things. And there hasn't been a goal in a while because Goon Squad are pushing back into this. We're seeing life out of them, and we're seeing why they are actually a contender in this tournament. But
Yep.
I think there's just 2 teams taking that kind of chance away from them right now, and they're versing one of them now.
Exactly. I think that's a well-put way of doing it. And unfortunately for Goon Squad, just to go back to a previous point, the unforced errors in the third game tells me that mentally they're checked out, unfortunately, of this game, of this series. And that is going to be a concern later on because if they're going to be back in the playoffs, if they do want to make that run, they're going to have to go through this team again at some stage, you would have to imagine. And in order to do that, you need to be on your A game from start to finish. So Homer 1 does get one. They shut out the likes of Goon Squad in both the second and the third game, I do believe. That's just so shiny, that bust from Pete Jones. But at the end of the day, Homer 1, as great as What a Save was, I really feel like Homer 1 is our sort of favorites. Still, there are our favorites coming into this week, and they leave almost even more so. What a Save, though, a tight number 2.
Yeah, I think that they are coming up big, What a Save, but we haven't seen the best out of them yet either, I don't think. They haven't been pushed to that point, whereas Homer 1 always seems to be trying to play their best, and as a result, they are really stomping matches here, but is that all they've got? Can they get pushed past that point? It is doable, and I think there's one team that could do it. So we'll have to wait and see that.
We will have to wait and see. I mean, there's a lot of intrigue still happening in this event, right? The fight for first between Homer 1 and What a Save, I don't think it's going to be determined until our grand final. But the fight to make it to the semifinals is also going to be interesting between Galactic, Goon Squad, and Taco Norm. All 3 of these teams are going to be fighting for it. They're all in that hunt right now. I know Galactic and Goon Squad are a game down from Taco Norm, but from what I've seen from the 2 of them, I'd actually favor them over Taco Norm. I'm going to be curious to see if Taco Norm stays in that number 3 spot. Gex, this tournament next week, the playoff picture is going to be, I believe we actually finish the playoffs, or finish the regular season next week. We're going to get our complete picture.
Yeah, we'll know for sure by the end of next Friday. So be here if you're interested in any of this, even a little. It's going to heat up.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very, very tense for sure. So, once again, before we sign off, I would like to thank AEL once again for continuing to host these events, the City of Bendigo for putting this together and allowing us to come in and broadcast. To everyone who tuned in for putting up with us for yet another cast, thank you so much. It's been a blast. I mean, I have had more fun with this tournament than so many other ones right now. I'm just enjoying it.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I mean, we know each other very well,
Yes.
so it's easy to just sit down and talk. But yeah, hopefully next time we've got a little bit more to talk about than just movies and movie quotes.
We talked about movies, we talked music, we talked TV shows, and
we talked food.
And we also talked a little bit about Rocket League. So there you have it on that note. Do make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Everything AEL. Again, tomorrow, this is going to be continuing. It's going to be the high school. I think I'm doing that solo. So that will be fun. I would appreciate if you did tune in. We can hang out. We can have our own banter, whoever's happening along. Also, do make sure to follow both of us, more so this one up there. Definitely follow Gex. Because Gex is doing great things. Yep, absolutely. So follow that, man, as soon as you can. And until next week, or until tomorrow, depending on when you want to tune back in. Catch you out there on that pitch.